everybody, welcome back to another video about my digital cash envelopes, as well as some of them are actual physical cash now. Things did not go well this past pay period, and I'm just left in a ball of confusion in regards to my envelopes. The digital ones more so than the cash ones. So something went very wrong, and I honestly don't have an answer for you as to what went very wrong, except that I was not sick like I had a flu sick, but sick like with my concussion sick. I had multiple really bad days in the past 2 weeks where I make very impulsive choices, I've noticed, since having this concussion, about like the most random things. I thought I had kind of gotten better at it, but the last 2 weeks I had a bunch of different medical appointments and various days that were like really pushed my concussion symptoms into overdrive, and then it took many days to recover from, and in those many days I made many errors. I don't even really fully remember all of like my thought processes around them, which is another part of the concussion, is my memory and my recall. I just know the damage once I was sitting down and trying to figure it all out, and I really can't figure it out. So I wrote it down. Give me 1 second to find the paper I wrote it on. Nope, that's not it. I know I wrote it down somewhere. See, like, just so not with it. Okay, so, oh, I wrote it down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the tracking that I use as like an overview of my cash envelopes. So from groceries onward, they're completely digital. Striker and work parking. Well, work parking is cash. Striker is a combination of cash and digital, but work parking has to convert over to digital because they're changing the parkade structure at work, and I will no longer be able to pay with cash. So this one is in flux right now, but it's currently being held as cash in an envelope. It's actually this one right here. See? Cash. So my envelopes, what I do is whenever I purchase something, for the ones that are purely digital, I have trackers in this envelope, and this envelope goes with me everywhere that I go. So I broke the little opening. I'm scared to damage it more. So I have a miscellaneous, gas, which is really supposed to be more like transpo, physio, fun, groceries, and takeout, which is not supposed to have anything on it because I don't have a takeout fund because I cannot afford takeout, but that is kind of part of the disaster that was the last pay period. So I'll get to that. So I have these. So what I do, let me find one that's kind of like tidy. None of them are super tidy. Miscellaneous, I guess is close enough. So like April 12th, I had a car wash. So I deducted $16.75, and that was my new balance. And then the 21st of April, I put a deposit in at $25, so $46.79. And then, so as I buy something, I put how much I'm deducting out, what it was from, and my new running balance. So I didn't do that this time. I kept receipts as best as I could, but then I wasn't even good at like stashing them in the envelope or keeping them in one contained spot. Every time I put it down, I thought this is a good spot. I'll come back and grab it when I go to do the budget, but then they all ended up in different spots, and some of them I still haven't been able to find. So I don't even know where they are. Yeah, so my receipt containment was a flaw just to stem this pay period, which isn't the end of the world because all of these are actual digital payments, so I can just pull up the account and look and see what the deductions are. So theoretically it shouldn't matter if I have the receipt or not. It just helps me because what I was doing before was like, say, okay, I bought, say, Subway. I'd buy it, and then before I would do anything, like even leave the store, I would just pull out this tracker and just really quickly put Subway, and mine is $8.69, and then my new running total, and then it's tracked, and I don't need to worry about it. So then I constantly have a running balance of all of the different categories, which means I have a constant running balance of the total amount that is on the prepaid MasterCard that funds all of these digital cash envelopes. But I didn't do that. Some of them were digital purchases that I mean, it's fine, but just sort of caused me confusion. Like this Instacart one was actually higher than $90.83, but in that one there was a litter that's over there, and there's this caulking stuff for walls over there, and then there was a refund from that one that I don't even think that's like tracked in here. Yeah, see, do you know what I mean? Like it's confusion. It was really bad. I was really bad at tracking things. I had a really bad day after a doctor's appointment, and when I got home, like I couldn't even stand, let alone think about like being able to cook or anything, and so I ordered takeout, which I hadn't done in a really long time, but I ordered takeout. And then the next week I had another really bad day, and I was just like, I can't, like it's just, I don't know if you ever had a concussion, but if you do, when the symptoms are bad, they're bad. And I'm dizzy and I'm uncoordinated and I can't really think and I make bad decisions and I can't physically function the way that I normally can. So I ended up ordering very expensive takeaway. I misunderstood the promo that was showing on the site, so I thought it was supposed to be 30 something, and then somehow it became $52.81, and I still don't understand how that happened. But I did at least buy 2 meals, so that, like, my theory was, if I'm buying it anyways and paying for delivery and all of that anyways, buy enough for 2 days worth of food, and then like that day that I bought it, it's taken care of, and the next day is taken care of, and then I can just not have to worry about it. So I did that. And then, like, so these are categories that don't even have a category. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no money in those categories. So then when I was tallying things up, you can see here how, like, okay, ignoring striker and work parking, groceries still had a balance of $28.14. Takeaway was fully negative. Miscellaneous had a balance of $31.50. The fun category had a balance of $41.34. Physio had $54. Transpo had $22.20 until I realized a $2 charge that I could not for the life of me figure out what it was, because the abbreviation on the account made no sense, was actually parking. So it's $20.20. So all of those categories, money minus that $79.91, should have been the balance sitting on the card, but the balance that's sitting on the card is $31.66. So the math is not mathing. Like, I don't know what to do, because if you look at it, so 2814, actually let's do it this way, 2814 plus 3150 plus 4134 plus 54 plus $20.20 minus $79.91. There should be $95.27 sitting still on the prepaid card to cover these expenses, and instead there's $31.66. Like, that is a massive difference, and I cannot figure out where that difference is. Like, I go through all the transactions that are showing for the card, that, you know, like when you scroll through them on the bank app, and like they're all accounted for here, so that's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I figured out where they all slot in. Like, I understand what they're all for, but the card just has a way different balance than what my math is saying there should be, and I don't know what I've done wrong. Like, I'm just so confused. Unless my starting balances were wrong. I mean, I suppose it could be that, right? Because I don't know. Like, this is where I'm just confused. I knew that the card wasn't into a negative, because it won't let me go into a negative. Whereas, like, in my head, I was thinking, like, once I put in all of the stuff and calculate all of the math, I should be in a negative because of this takeout category right here, because the takeout category does not exist. So these two expenses, what were they being pulled from? So in my head, I was thinking, like, if I have anything left in any of the other categories, they're all going to have to go towards covering the takeout category, and maybe I'll break even. And that, like, if that had happened and this math was coming out to the 31.66 or close to, that would have at least made sense to me. But they're so far off. $95.27 is what the paper math is saying should be on that card still for a balance, but there's only $31.66, and I really just, I don't know. Like, I honestly, God, I just don't know how to make the math work. And I don't even know where the problem started. Like, it's all a big thing of confusion. And I don't know if it's because, like, I'm kind of dumb, or if it's my concussion, or if it's a mixture. I don't know. Like, can you see? Is this something so completely obvious that I'm just being ridiculously stupid? Because I really don't know. So what I have decided to do, because I cannot reconcile it, and I don't know what the heck is going on, I'm starting over. So May 5th, which was, like technically yesterday, this is the amount that I'm adding into the different categories as of yesterday. So $32.50 for Striker. $8 of that will be cash, which I put into his cash envelope, and $24.80 of it will be digital. So that's his money is in my checking account, not on this prepaid card. I'm not adding anything to work parking since I'm back to working from home. $56.67 is because I put $120 towards groceries bi-weekly, and I already grocery shopped for this current week, and I spent $63.33. So this is the remaining amount that I have from what would have initially been the $120. Nothing in takeout. I'm going back to not buying that. Miscellaneous, I'm giving $25. Fun is getting $60. Physio is getting $42. I can't control that. That's going to be what it is. That's just what the cost is. Transpo is getting $25. So I'm starting them all back, like new balances on all of the envelopes. I haven't filled them in on the papers yet, but they're all, not that one, that's getting nothing. But, oh, did I fill them out? I did fill them out. So there we go. So May 5th, so all of them I put some version of like math wrong, not matching account, envelopes don't match digital. It's all very messy, but it's there. So May 5th deposit, $56.67. So the new balance for groceries, $56.67. Fun, new balance is $60. Physio is $42. Gas is $25. Miscellaneous is $25. So I am kind of starting them fresh. Now there is that $31.66 that is sitting in the account, like on the card, that I don't know what it belongs to, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to add it to. I thought maybe transpo. I really don't know. For now, I'm just going to leave it sitting there and see what happens with the next pay period. But yeah, it's just all kinds of, what did I do? I don't understand what I did. I don't know what's going on. On a happier note, though, the ones with actual cash are doing much better. So Strikers, here's his tracker. So I bought him some water and I bought him some litter during this past pay period, and then the deposit that'll be going into his account today. I've only just finished like working up my budget, so I haven't moved the money around yet. So he's gonna have $134.11 cash and $134.19 digital. And I did count it, but we'll just go over it again really quick, just as proof. Okay, so 2, oops, dropping it, 4, 6, 8, 100, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 10 cents because we don't have pennies anymore. So it's as close as I can get. So the cash is right. So many coins. So many coins. So at least the cash ones are working out okay. It's just the digital ones that I'm really confused with. So, and also anytime I use Uber, whether it's Uber Eats or Uber for a ride, the way that the charges show up on my card confuse the heck out of me, because it'll be like, okay, totally made up numbers, but $22.50 pending, and then $8.68 pending, and then at some point maybe like the $22.50 turns into just like confirmed, but then it'll continue to say pending, and then it'll say like the 8 whatever I had said is now charged, but it's also pending. Like I don't know, why do they have to break it up like that? Just mush the entire total Uber bill onto one thing. And then my little Uber rant. And then my work parking is also doing just fine. So there is the tracker, one whole entry onto it, $8 for parking, and I kept the receipt, which, sorry, I'm not going to show you because it has like credit card information on it. So I've got $10, $20, $30, $40 remaining in that one. Now this one I do have to actually turn digital because I can't remember if I already said it in this video or if I said it in a past, like in my budgeting one, but they're changing the parkade and the whole parkade system is going to digital. Apparently you will still be able to pay cash if you really, really, really want, but you're going to have exact change, and parking is $8 and I have tens. So, so that won't work. So at some point I have to take this back to the bank and actually deposit the money back, and then I'll put it on the prepaid card and then track it digitally and hope the chaos that is all of this does not happen again, and so that I don't accidentally spend it. It's why I took it out of there actually, was because I didn't want to accidentally spend it in one of the other categories. And the same with Striker. I will never accidentally spend his money because I can't keep track of what's going on with the rest of mine. Like I won't let him suffer for my bad math. So his money is kept separate from everything else so that I can't just like accidentally dip into it thinking that it belongs to like the miscellaneous category because I did my math wrong. His money is safe. Clearly the priorities for which categories of money I keep safe are, well, they probably make sense if you're an animal person because the priority is his, whereas some people might prioritize, I don't know, food, but no, it's his. So these are the envelopes. This is my wonky math that I still have not figured out. Yeah, so that's the update. Like it doesn't seem like it's working. It doesn't seem like a promising update because, you know, everything went wrong. But usually it works. It worked the last pay period, and I think it would have worked if I didn't have so many days in both of the weeks of this pay period where my brain was just so confused that I couldn't function. So yeah, I don't know. There's not much I can do about that except continue with my physio and my concussion treatment, which I am doing. Not for the money, but just, you know, for my brain health. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, it feels a little bit like I failed, but I mean, I did the best that I could with the brain power that I had, and I'm just going to have to try to do better for the next pay period. So I have not made the tracker yet for the next pay period, but I will, and it'll look the exact same, and I will, Striker stays at home, and so does work parking, but miscellaneous will go with me everywhere I go, and I'm just going to have to try really, really hard to be much, much better at filling in the sheets as I go along and then transferring the data into the book, and maybe even keeping an eye on the digital side, like the actual account, to watch that the same amounts go out that I'm tracking, so that at least then like the math should definitely math. That's how I'm looking at it. Anyways, so there we have it, my digital cash envelope updates. I hope it made sense. I know I rambled a lot. It probably doesn't make sense, but I tried. If you were doing digital cash envelopes or a combination like I am, digital and actual cash envelopes, or even just cash ones, how is it going? Is it working out better than mine? Going from this pay period I'm just closing off now, probably everybody's went better than mine, but they will get better. They absolutely will, because it is a good system. I just have to have a working brain to make it, you know, work. There we have my video. I don't know how to close this off. I always get so awkward closing it off, so I'm just gonna go. I hope you guys are having a truly excellent day. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.